Thank you, Oren, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. Thanks a lot for Matrix DevOps to inviting us. So today we'll talk about how to create an ultimate DevOps solution out of the Atlassian tool set most of you use every day at work. A couple words about myself. My name's Dima. I'm originally from Belarus and now living in Poland. As you can see, I'm probably the least technical person you'll meet today. You see, I used to work at a radio station when I studied in Wrocław. Then I was the head of music department at the local webzine, and at the same time consulted my friends who run a pool hall. I'm a Belarus national champion in pool, so this was a natural shift for me, and I realized I'd better use my skills at marketing. Now I'm responsible for marketing Atlassian apps at Divinity. After hours, I'm a bedroom music producer, a globetrotter, and I love cycling around and enjoy good beer and wine, which is what we're here today for, right? You see, I'm a marketer. On the flight here, I was reading the latest book by marketing guru Philip Kotler, Marketing 4.0. The guy's really smart, and the book is about reimagining our work in digital world. He says a company can be more competitive if it can connect with communities of customers and partners for co-creation. Happily, I work at Divinity, where this wisdom is our lifeblood for success. We've been an Atlassian solution partner for almost 15 years, and we have more than 5,000 customers in 103 countries benefiting from our expert services and dedicated apps. Partnering up with the customer has always been one of our core values. We strongly believe that software is essentially made to solve the customer's needs. So we often prioritize their feedback, even higher than our own ideas. This way, we help each other to grow and sustain our businesses. Basically, our apps journey started from a custom Jira Service Desk implementation we made for MetLife. There were quite a few custom features in there, so when the marketplace was announced, they let us commercialize those features as apps. Since then, almost every big bank in Poland has been our partner in helping us shape our products, and Atlassian themselves were using some of them in their ecosystem support Jira. This was in 2012. Now we boast over 20 apps on the marketplace. Our solutions improve customer and agent experience in Jira Service Desk, let teams work faster and easier in Jira software, and enable putting requirements and software tests right inside the Atlassian suite. Today, I'll show you how to put all three to work together in a complete solution. Let's start from reviewing our experience in gathering knowledge about the customer when creating software. When we're just starting out and don't have much direct insight to the customer, user personas come in handy. A persona is a construct which shows the demography, the behavior patterns, and the attitudes of the end user in a given role. When creating them, we can source from desk research and team brainstorms, but these will always reflect our past experience and not necessarily the actual situation. We've created quite a few personas ourselves, and we also have access to the ones made by Atlassian as their partner. However, nothing can replace authentic user feedback. A great source is the Atlassian community, which has grown to 3.5 million users in just 3 years. People there share their opinions on Atlassian software and ask for help in using it every day. So as an apps vendor, we can of course help people out, but also search for more insight into their use cases or find questions which are not covered by the software native features nor other apps. This way we can enhance our own portfolio of products. The Atlassian's own Jira is a huge database of customer requests. Some of them have huge activity from the customer base, but not so much from the Atlassian side. Such requests are great opportunities for apps vendors. A couple of our own apps originated this exact way. Of course, if you're a custom dev, you're in the best situation. Not only because you're paid before the product is out, but also because this is the closest way to collaborate. You can ask for as much detail as you need. Most often create a comprehensive requirements list out of that and iterate with feedback really quickly. So we find user personas more useful in the early stages of a software project. Even though they're more specific in terms of personality of the end user, they don't tell us much how they work with the tool and each other as a team. Those use cases we collect at live events like this one by conducting surveys and interviews and also through our own support channel. Many people think that customer support is just a bug collector. This is absolutely not true, because support teams handle very different queries from the customers. It's them who know the most about their use cases, problems, and pain points. So if you're a product manager, please talk to your support team more often. They really love helping people, which includes the team weights as well. This is how our own customer portal looks like. We have a single project set up for all our apps, and we have request types for different kinds of queries like bug reports, new feature requests, licensing concerns, and many other questions that may arise. We experience lots of new feature requests from our clients, and we really love listening to them and help them tailor their toolset to the way their teams work. When someone asks for a feature, they should be able to take part in the process, just as though they were custom dev clients. They should see the details of what's going on the request view, be able to communicate with the team, and thus take active part in creating the features they ask for. Unfortunately, when trying to use plain Jira Service Desk for this purpose, we encountered a couple of problems. The support team had to spend their time on copying stuff to Jira software development issues. The whole flow of the request was not clear for both the team and the customers. So we decided to use our own products to enhance the Atlassian tools we use every day and integrate the whole thing together. To create a sustainable and scalable solution for handling customer requests, we needed to integrate the whole flow from analyzing requirements to go into production in a single environment. The customers and support agents needed to have a single point of contact, and we needed to automate all the time-consuming manual actions. And of course, the whole thing, or at least its core, should be working on any available hosting option without major changes in the flow. What we did is we enhanced Jira Service Desk with our extension app, which allows to display additional information on the customer portal. Then the team can prioritize the requests and actually work on Jira software issues using our cross-project queues app instead of boards. The Issue Sync app transfers Service Desk requests to Jira software issues automatically and synchronizes statuses, important fields, attachments, and comments between the two projects. In its turn, the Jira software project is extended with requirements and tests using our newest RTM app. Then we use Bitbucket to manage code, which is also integrated with Jira software. Here's how the whole flow looks like. We see the workflow statuses of Jira Service Desk requests. They are aligned with the parts of the development process, as well as creation of specific objects like user stories or code branches. We have a bit of flexibility here, because not every new feature is an epic. So we need to differentiate and sometimes skip this step. As you see, additional queues can be used by developers, testers, and deployers if they find this way of handling issues more clear than the agile boards. Now, let's have a look at how it works in Jira. This is actually the first time we're showing this concept in public. The whole journey is so big that I need full 2 hours to guide you through, but today I'll show you its key moments, okay? So, the customer starts in submitting a request in Jira Service Desk. They see just a couple of fields in the beginning, but the list starts to expand as they choose options in these fields. This way, they go top-down and specify what exactly they want us to do. This is a feature of our extension app called Dynamic Forms. A good practice is to write the description as a user story, which makes the developers' lives much easier. So this is basically a request for translating custom field options, which we are actually on right now in the dynamic forms. And in the end, the SLA for the first response starts counting. Here we can see our first line queue, which contains requests from multiple Service Desk projects. It's further enhanced with folders on the left panel, visibility settings for selected user groups, and unlimited JQL filtering possibilities. The support agents sees the new issue, goes right in, and sees a couple of additional fields, which were hidden on a customer portal. The improvement type is a really important one, because its value will define the issue type of the target issue in the development project. By default, it's minor, which means a story. So the team has all the information needed for the analysis, so there goes the first response, and request passes over to the product manager. A support agent acts often like a copywriter because each comment should be really thought through. Yeah, so we change the status. And this is the moment where the actual task starts, right? The product managers have separate queues, which is visible only to them and the analysts to work with. As I said, the same can be applied to developers, testers, and deployers. Here they will see only the work to do in the current sprint, or sorted by priority or story point estimates. This is optional, however. It's okay if they prefer working on Jira boards instead. Back to this stage of the process, here comes requirements and test management for Jira. Here in the requirements module, we have a tree structure with different types of requirements which the analysts work with. This request that we got from the customer has to be in accordance with those requirements. Or sometimes it happens that a new requirement is defined due to the request. Here we see that the requirement is not fully realized because it's in the to-do status. So we should do this feature. So the next step is to prepare the request for synchronization with the development project. Here we add the components, inform the customer in a comment, and then transition the request to the stage where the development starts. This is also the trigger for the issue sync app to create a remote issue and copy the important fields. Here we see this issue. You see that it is a story, and the important fields have been moved along. The assignee has been set up automatically based on the component leads. Still, the dev lead needs to edit this issue and fill in some gaps. Most importantly, to link it to the customer request and to the relevant epic, but also add it to the sprint and set the due date. It's a pity that we cannot set a couple of links of different types at the same time on the edit screen, which would shorten the time a little bit. But still, here's what the customer sees on the request view when the mockup is ready. Much better than the default view, huh? The time to resolution has started. The linked issue is there with the due date. The statuses, attachments, and comments are synced with the help of our app, Issue Sync. Now fast forward a bit to the end of testing phase. The test manager wants to check the progress of executions of the test plan where the test cases regarding the new feature live. We need to be 100% sure that the feature arrives to the customer without bugs, so we executed the tests 4 times. Now that we have it, we can build the actual package and send it over to the customer. Here's the final look of the customer portal view. We've resolved the issue, fulfilled the time to resolution, and we received positive feedback from the customer. Now the support team needs just to close the ticket, and then the whole team can go party. Okay, so let's sum up what we've seen today. We saw the whole team working on the new feature along with the customer who actually participated in shaping it. The whole process was performed in a single tool set. This is not only our own internal way to do things. We believe that this kind of flow can work for every team and every configuration of projects. You may have your Jira Service Desk on a separate instance or lots of development projects for different products. It doesn't matter. It's just a slight change in the setup that will handle this. If you have concerns or don't know how to set it up, call Matrix DevOps. These guys know what they do and will help you out with pleasure. And your support team will be happy to reduce time to resolution up to a single sprint. And the customer experience will be so high that they will happily allow you to include the new feature into the commercial release of your product. So, we take Jira software for tracking user stories, Jira Service Desk for the support team, and Bitbucket for code management. Then, extension for Jira Service Desk allows to show the customer all the additional details. The Queues app helps prioritize requests. RTM closes the gap in the software projects with requirements and tests. And Issue Sync automates a big part of the Jira process by synchronizing issues. If this is not enough, there are always other things you can add. You can turn on Bamboo or any other favorite CI loop. Use Portfolio for Jira or any other agile planning tool of your choice. Or Automation for Jira or Script Runner to automate things like linking issues. Then use Team Extension for branding a customer portal, Actions for Jira Service Desk to allow the customer to approve mockups on their own, or My Request extension to let them manage their requests easier. Me and our apps head Chris are here for the rest of the day, so feel free to find us and have a chat. Also check out our blog at divinity.com and our social media channels on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Oh, and the YouTube channel as well. Lots of great educational videos there. Thanks a lot for having us today. Have a good Jira and a good Bira.
Thank you very much, Dima. Thank you. It was quite a surprise that you are the champion of, we call it snooker in Belarus. אני רוצה בבקשה להזמין לבמה את חברת ויזואליטי סיסטם, בעצם את אליעד כהן, ה-VP R&D. תודה.